Hare Krishna. My name is Devarshi. I am from France. And I received initiation, or rather re-initiation, from Sripada Bhaktisvarupa Damodara Maharaj on the Radhastimi Day in 1992 in New Mayapur in France. After the initiation, I was with Maharaj and I mentioned to him that I was involved in Padayatra in south of France. And if he was free, maybe he can come a few days. And I was very glad to hear him saying, yes, I can come. So we are coming together with a few devotees, driving from New Mayapur to a place called Avignon, city in south of France. And in Avignon, we stopped to buy some shoes for him in a supermarket. He was dressed in a sannyas dress, and the devotee and myself were dressed in ordinary non-devotee dress, It was an event in the supermarket to see a sannyas from India buying shoes, And after, since in Padayatra it was quite austere for sleeping like that, taking nice rest. So I invited Maharaj to stay in my small apartment near Avignon, in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, where in the house of one devotee named Pierre d'Aboval, who later became Premaniketan Prabhu. And he also accepted in a very simple way. And my flat was very small, maybe 9-10 meters square, very, very small. You have a small bed, you have a place to put a mat near the bed, little kitchen like that, and toilet and shower outside. And actually, my first contact after the initiation for a few days, especially in Padayatra, I was seeing Maharaj he was a very simple person. He was giving his mercy to everyone, speaking in a simple way. Very tolerant, very flexible. Even if the arrangement was not so pleasant, especially when we receive elevated personality like Sripada Maharaj. And when he was going to Padayatra, he was always jolly, singing, inspiring the devotee, taking prashadam. It's like a holiday type. And actually, Maharaj, he came many times near Avignon because he has been invited by one of his god brother named Jean Takrit Prabhu, who later became sannyasi, and also by the first disciple of Sripada Maharaj called Krishna Bhakti Prabhu, who was living at Avignon at that time. And the relationship was very sweet with his senior disciple. Very casual, very simple actually. And he was working a lot also to make some recording in music in the house of another devotee, Gérard, who later became Gargacharya Prabhu. At that time, I get the privilege to massage Maharaj. And when I was giving massage to him, he was so sweet, so simple, so relaxed. One time I asked him, Maharaj, why you are a sannyasi? Why you did not get married? In a very simple way, he explained to me that Srila Prabhupada, when he was in Los Angeles, also makes a proposal to Sripada Maharaj that he can, if you want to get married, he can get married with any lady devotee within Los Angeles. But Sripad said, since it was just before Srila Prabhupada left this world, that he was thinking it is better not to get married. So in that story about initiation about traveling for Padayatra to Avignon, and Maharaj stayed quite a few long times there. I was inspired by his capacity that to have a simple relationship and it can be a close relationship very easily. Here also, we have been to visit some churches, to meet some important Christian people, and he showed me that he was quite interested by the interreligious approach. Another point in my relationship with Sripada Maharaj in France, it is about also in south of France, but a different part between Toulouse and Spain, called in Seignanas, a small village, where we are trying to do Bhaktivedanta Institute Center. It was a very nice place, nice house near a lake. And one time I was coming from Paris, to that place called Seignanas village, by car. I was coming with Jivan Mukta Prabhu. There are three of us driving. It's about 900 kilometers. Actually, on the way, near Limoges, we had some problem of the car. So we need to change the wheel. It was not the highway, but people were coming very quickly, 100 kilometers an hour or something like that. So Jivan Mukta and me, we are changing the wheel. And Maharaj was standing near the car, and with the saffron, cloth, he was making like that to indicate to the car to come not too quickly. It was very nice, actually. When we arrived after in that village in Seignanas, it was maybe 10 o'clock evening time, 10, 11 o'clock. Gopala Priya Mataji was there, and I know that she was preparing a very nice soup for Maharaj and me, because we were staying only two now in that Seignanas place. And we have been to take rest. It was maybe around midnight that day. So only Maharaj and me were staying in that place called Sat Center, we can say like that, And around 7 o'clock in the morning, Maharaj wake me in a very determined way. He said, Devarshi, wake up. I was in Gamsha, so I get out of the sleeping bag and I say, what's happened, Maharaj? Told me, come with me. We go outside the house and we were going near the lake. And he said, it is the only time I saw him in anger. He said, they have done nothing in that place. They are lazy people. He was speaking about the devotee, was caring about that place, and outside it was not well maintained. The lake, a little part of the lake belonged to the Sat Center. It was not clear, it was clean by the devotee. So a few days, Maharaj, myself, and actually two young devotees, I don't know why they came, but so we are four of us trying to clean the lake. It was very nice. We are going to the lake, and sometimes we are stopping, after 1 hour walk. And he said, I'm going to teach you verses. So we are learning Sri Upanishad, Am Purnam, Mada Purnam, Midam Purnam, etc. And we were repeating, It was so nice to be like that. And I learned with him that he's really a person who is working hard. Like Srila Prabhupada said, work now, samadhi later. And I really, understand that in his association, especially in that place, in the south of France. One time, Govinda Swami came. He was staying so he met Sripada Maharaj in the Sat Center. It was very also sweet manner, two great Vaishnava meeting together, laughing together, appreciating each other. It was really very inspiring, And also, another time in that place, that center, Sripada Maharaj wanted to introduce uh, the connection between Ayurveda, yoga, and Bhakti yoga. And he asked one Ayurvedic doctor from India to come, Pratap Chauhan, so he came here. And another person from Sri Lanka, living also in south of France, was supposed to teach Hatha Yoga, and Sripad Maharaj was supposed to teach Bhakti Yoga. And it was a 5-week seminar, so it was quite a long seminar. Not so many devotees were there, but I was there for translation, English, French, And at the last moment, the person who was supposed to teach Hatha Yoga, he did not come. So what to do? Maharaj said, no problem, I'm going to teach Hatha Yoga also. So he had a book. I don't know how he found a book about Shivananda Yoga. And he did a very nice teaching about Hatha Yoga because he can be himself in the lotus position, And he was teaching Hatha Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, and the other devotee was teaching Ayurveda. So I understand with him that he was able to do what is needed. No yoga teacher, no problem, he's teaching Hatha Yoga. Very interesting, his way of doing. And of course, since Maharaj was a GBC for France, he came many times to France. And one time he wanted, of course, to present scientific presentation of the Vedic literature. So some of his disciples, including myself, and we were organizing some program in different cities of France. We are traveling together. We are putting some advertisement, trying to invite people to come to the program. And we did that in a few cities in France. And it was very inspiring, actually, to be with him, to be with God Brother together, traveling and introducing our spiritual master. And he was able to attract people to spirituality with the medium of science. It was a very jolly trip, in different parts of France like that. And he was going to temple, of course, to Paris Temple and New Mayapur. But when I was there, when I see him, how he was acting, I realized that he understood that in order to present Krishna consciousness, especially in a more logic way, scientific way, we need to have some other presentation than the temple. And it is why he was so, we can say, inspiring for every devotee, temple devotee, not temple devotee, to do what we can, the best for Krishna, in Krishna consciousness. And actually, if I can give a conclusion for my relationship with him in France, I can say it was very simple, very humble, very flexible, very intelligent, and very inspiring personality in order to attract people to Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.